Mark here again with the second episode of the Grey Man Chronicles. It's a journey up to my second feature film, The Grey Man, horror based here in Ireland. I'm going to talk a little bit about my first feature film today and how we ended up coining the phrase making movies with what I have. Now, I've read a lot of books that say, you should write scripts to incorporate what you have, what you have access to. And that was exactly what Mark and myself did with Don't Sell Me a Dog. I knew I had access to a car. I knew I had access to the road network here where I live in County Laois in Ireland, and a couple of other locations that we used in it. I knew I could get them and use them without any problems. We got access to a local club in Carlow, small privately owned club, so we were able to use that for the opening scene in the bar between CD and Brian. So I spoke to Mark. Mark and myself have been collaborating on a good few projects up to this point. We have other feature films and scripts in the pipeline that we're trying to get funding for, that magical finance. And with Don't Sell Me a Dog, I decided, you know what, I'm not going to wait for someone to give me the money, I'm just going to do it. So I gave Mark the brief. I said, Mark, I want a script based around 3-4 characters in a car, make it a road trip, a road movie. And so Mark came up with the idea for Don't Sell Me a Dog, that, we had two druggies trying to escape their life. They rip off their drug dealer, they hijack a car with an old guy in it. The old guy is not who he seems. And basically it just all goes downhill for everyone from there. Yeah, except for Joe, but you'll have to watch the film to find out what the story there is. So we knew we had access to a car. We knew we had access to a couple of locations, and most of them were exterior. I went off and did some test footage then. We had initially decided to shoot the film straight through the windscreen of the car and have everything happen in that vision. So it's almost like tunnel vision, from the front of the car right through the back windscreen, and everything that would happen behind the car. But we said, you know what, let's see if we can use screens and do the poor man process, because I didn't have a car rig. So we set up a screen in a local shed that a friend of ours had, and we did some tests there. I was happy enough with them, but I thought, maybe we should try and do a car rig. So I went and bought one. I bought a rig off Pro-Am in Belgium and did a few tests with it. They went smooth enough. I was happy with the footage. And in the end, I decided to do it that way, just to stick my Blackmagic camera on the bonnet of the car and let the actors drive and deliver their lines. So we ended up with the film shot over 8 days, and we were happy with it. We were happy with what we had. I had been doing a rough cut while we were shooting to see where we were and if this was going to work. So we got to the end of the 8 days, we were happy with it. A couple of pickups and reshoots afterwards, and shot a lot of extra footage just to link everything together in between scenes and that. And I was lucky because Andy Yule, who plays Joe, he lives close to me, so I had access to Andy whenever I needed him, and the car that we used as Joe's car in the film. So we got it edited. Mark and myself did the edit. It took us a couple of months to do it. Ended up with a nice little first feature film at the end of it, as I said. So would I do it again? In a heartbeat, without a doubt. Completely. Okay, it was 8 days of complete and utter chaos and a little bit stressful, but yeah, it was so much fun to make Don't Sell Me a Dog. It helped that we had a great cast. We had a cracking little script from Mark. So yeah, I would do it again, and I would make another movie with what I have. with my camera, with my sound gear, with my few lights? Yeah, definitely. Would I base it in a car? Maybe not. Maybe I might try something different. But I would recommend, if you're setting out on the journey of making a feature film, get out there and do it with what you have, because there's naysayers everywhere. Oh, you need this budget, you need this, you need that bit of equipment. And 9 times out of 10, and I'm open to correction here, but 9 times out of 10, those are the people that never make a feature film. They just talk and talk and talk and talk. And I did that for a long time. I made the equipment excuses, I made the budget excuses. But as I said, we got to a point, Mark and myself, where we had been collaborating on projects for a long time, and then we said, you know what, let's do it. So we've made Don't Sell Me a Dog. I've made a feature-length documentary in the meantime, and I've also shot a 5-part documentary series in the course of the last 2 years. And I got out and I just did it. I didn't think about it. I didn't think about how I was going to finance it, how I was going to do it. I just got out and did it. So look, thanks for tuning in. I know I've blattered on for a lot, but hopefully someone will get help out of this. Any questions, drop them below. Any advice, which I'm always open to, drop it below. And we'll be back soon. Cheers.